Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's going to be an unboxing. Generally, I wouldn't bother anyone with an unboxing other than the fact that this is my new Razer Tech Pro laptop. And since it's probably going to be a fairly uncommon item, I figured people would want to check that out. I ordered this literally the other day. They said it wasn't going to ship until December 27th. Then it said it wasn't going to ship till the 15th and the 14th, and it still says the 14th, and then it arrived today. So not complaining. However, they made it like impossible for me to check my order online. So which was weird because it should have been able to happen. And I even put in a ticket this morning at like 4 a.m. going, I can't track this package because I got the email saying it's been shipped. And sure enough, it arrived literally early, or probably middle of the day, around 11 o'clock. So without further ado, let's get going. So I actually have watched one person unbox this before, so I know more or less what to expect. It's also why I know what it is, because of the package looks identical to what I saw in the video. So let's take this out. Get the box out of the way, the outer box out of the way, the outer shield. Sorry for bumping the microphone. Okay. So, check this out. Pretty sure this is correct. Yep. Making sure it was what I had ordered. And we have yet another box. Ever delicate not to destroy said boxes, because you never know, there could be a problem. I could have to send it back. Not a whole lot of room which to do this. Don't really have any other filming area with adequate light, so it's gotta be on my desk. There we have it. Now I will be showing a little comparison in size between my old Alienware laptop. It's a 2009 what's it, M17X. So it's a roughly the same screen size, quite different resolution, of course. Not that I really need the, they call it, everyone always calls it 4K. It's a UHD, it's really a 3K format. Because 4K literally has to be 4096 or higher. And it really annoys me that they call it 4K. But so we got power cable and kind of a welcome thing and some instructions and it's like some stickers and stuff. Won't be using those. If I possibly could, I would actually make the Razer logo blue. if not blue, then white. But maybe orange. I think I'm going to set up my keyboard as a kind of a royal blue and orange color. Let's make sure that there's nothing underneath this tray. I don't think there is. Nope. Just stuff to keep the packing nice. I have to give them a lot of credit on the packaging. It actually looks really good. So, of course, I don't have my chair because my tripod is in the way. So I can just sit down. This is even thinner than I thought it would be. See that? It leaves fingerprints, but they seem to evaporate fairly quick. So let me get my other laptop and camera. So this one has been a little worse for wear. You can hear the fan kicking into overdrive. Like, my desk is literally right up against two walls, so I don't really have much room on that side of me. But mixing board. So the overall thickness difference is pretty insane. And they are level with each other. That's pretty amazing. And this was a top-of-the-line laptop when I got it. So this could actually hold two 260M graphics cards. There's only one in there, but at the time I wasn't really prepared to pay for the second graphics card. I wish I had them. Okay, let me get that Alienware out of the way. That's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. I was thinking to myself, it's not gonna be that thin. Yeah, I was like, yeah, my laptop's probably roughly an inch, maybe just over. This one's not gonna be so bad. Let's plug it in. Been literally crawling all over the images of this thing on Razer's website. And power. In. Look at that. It's alive. Stickers. I probably don't need to do that. Alright, so I'm going to cut this and then pick back up once I'm all loaded in. I've had this laptop for about 24 hours now, and I have to say, overall, I'm really happy with it. The keyboard, it does take a little bit of getting used to. It's like really sensitive to type on, which is both good and bad. You don't want to click a key and then like you don't quite hit it because you're moving really fast or whatever, and then it doesn't press or whatever. These are hypersensitive. They have a nice clicky sound. I don't know if you can hear that, but their movement is pretty good. Like how far they depress, it feels good. It's not as good as say a full size keyboard, but in terms of like the ultra low profile nature of it, I actually say it's pretty amazing what they're able to do. The keys on my Alienware are not as good, to be entirely clear. The fact that the trackpad over here, it seems like it's a very logical thing, right? You hold your hands like this, use the trackpad like that. That actually does make a lot of sense. However, I'm so trained that a trackpad needs to be right here below the keyboard that it's actually taking me a while to get used to the fact that it's over here. Now, that's just muscle memory. I don't count that as like a bad thing. The trackpad, it's very smooth. There's no real sense of friction here. It's I think they call it a glass pad. There are buttons here and here. They are hidden. Again, it's one of those things, as you get up here, it's less and less, but as you move down here, they click. So it's kind of like a gradient fall off on where the buttons actually are or not. And so that can probably be a little bit confusing. The speaker wheel here also acts as a mouse wheel if you hold down the function key, which is cool. You can kind of scroll in and out of stuff with that. Performance in Photoshop for like drawing is really good. Let's just go ahead and load Photoshop up. So as you can see, Photoshop loads up extremely quick. And let's create a new thing here. I've got my Wacom Intuos Pro large tablet. So it's a really high quality tablet. And as you can see, granted, this is only capturing at 30 frames per second. But on my screen, I don't really see more than a couple milliseconds of lag at the most. Especially when I move fast. It's not noticeable in any kind of meaningful way. If I'm like focusing on it, I can see it come down a little bit delayed. But if I was just sitting there drawing, no big deal. I also have an app called Mischief, which is like an endless canvas type of thing. I actually find that Mischief is better when dealing with multi-touch. And as you can see, it started up instantly. It's such a lightweight application. You probably won't be able to see my drawing strokes very well. But as you can see, using multi-touch, it's actually quite responsive when the pen isn't interfering with it. Which has nothing to do with the laptop. So that's pretty amazing. It certainly, of course, I don't really run Mischief on my desktop because if I'm drawing, it's because I'm sitting down somewhere. So let's talk about gaming. So full disclosure, because of the hardware limitations in the Razer Ripsaw, all the footage you're seeing here and the frame rates being displayed are at 1080p. I also wanted to point out that I experience a problem on the actual laptop, not on the capture footage, where the monitor flickers as I'm playing games. It can be very distracting depending on which game you're playing because it's not a constant thing. And I do know that another YouTuber who also did a review also noted this particular problem, so I don't think it's a particular problem specifically to this device. It's either a hardware limitation or a driver limitation that's causing this issue. And hopefully I can contact Razer support tonight and try to get that going as a ticket to see if it's an issue that can be solved. It will probably take a while, and for the sake of this video, I'm not going to wait on that. But I will put that out there, so if anyone buys this, they're not going to be surprised if it happens to them. Now, in terms of actual performance, the laptop is extremely impressive when running games. It runs games better than on my desktop, which runs the same graphics card, and I can only assume that's due to the higher clock rate of the quad-core CPU versus the lower clock rate of my dual 6-core Xeons. Last thing I'm going to talk about is fan noise and thermals. Now, I'm not measuring anything in like MSI Afterburner or the laptop does get pretty warm to the touch, but I've never felt it like near burning temperatures or what I call like a dangerous or critical temperature. The fan noise does get fairly loud in certain cases, especially when it gets really hot. I am running everything now on a cooling pad, and when it's plugged into the laptop and the fans are running, it does seem to help keep the overall noise level down a little bit. However, really all that cooling pad is going to do is just make sure that it stays up off any kind of flat surfaces that might occlude the fans, and put the laptop at an angle so that heat more naturally dissipates out through the rear vents of the laptop. Cooling pads are also generally fairly cheap, so I think it's kind of a must-have for just about anyone who uses a laptop. I know I've always run one on every laptop I've ever owned or my family's ever owned, and it does make a big difference. So overall, I think the Razer Blade Pro is an excellent laptop. It is, however, very expensive. The fact that it's thin and light is a good plus. The fact that it runs games just as well as my desktop on the same graphics card is huge, and it's amazing. However, the few problems that I noted for the amount of money that you spend, they should just not exist at all. So hopefully that can be worked out with a driver update or a firmware update or something. But until then, I want to thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe. Bye.